Good warm-up exercises can be quite beneficial, but there's no reason for these exercises to be dull or mindless. So this particular warm-up exercise that I'd like to show you in this video, it'll give you a lot to work with, but I don't think you'll be bored. So here's the basic warm-up exercise. We start with your basic 5-finger position in the key of C. And this is what the exercise sounds like. You can follow along with the notes here. So that's the basic exercise, but we're going to do some interesting things with it. So here are 5 ways to approach this warm-up exercise. 5 things for you to keep in mind. First of all, you don't need to be in a hurry. You don't necessarily need to play it as quickly as I just did. So if you're able to read the notes, then just keep sight reading. Keep those notes coming steadily. Let them flow. We're actually playing kind of a little melody here. Now, if you stumble, don't stop. Just keep going until you get back on track. And don't forget, you can also slow down if you have to, even if you have to play it something like this. This particular warm-up exercise is in a rather unfamiliar time signature. Perhaps you've never seen something in 12/8 time. So you're basically counting by eighth notes. So make sure that you give each eighth note an equal stress, play it legato, and play it slowly enough to let your ear clearly hear each note. So after you've learned this exercise in 12/8 time, I want you to mentally change now to 4/4 time. And you have the eighth notes grouped 3 to a beat. And what we're going to do now is the first note of each triplet is going to be slightly stressed or accented. So make sure that you don't tense up as you do this. So watch what this is going to sound like, or listen to what this will sound like. Accenting the first note of each triplet. And you can actually hear like this little internal melody of the notes that you're stressing. So on the right hand, it sounds like, and then going back down, and then you have a melody in the left hand. Let me play through it again now. We're going to emphasize the first note of each of these triplet figures. We're thinking now like we're in 4/4 time. Accent, accent, accent. You'll notice it puts the stress on different fingers. One other thing you'll notice is that your fingers are actually mirroring one another. Your hands are mirroring each other. And so that's why you only see fingering right in the middle of the staff. Both fingers, both hands, I should say, are on the thumb when you start. And now the first emphasis is on your third finger and your thumb, and now your fourth finger, which might be a little bit more of a challenge because it's weaker. 2, 5, 3, and then emphasis on 4. I really can't talk and play at the same time. And 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, and then 1, 4, 1. Now, still thinking in 4/4 time, we're going to emphasize the notes that fall on beats 1 and 3. And it'll end up sounding like this. Accent, accent. Now, we're going to turn the notes of this exercise almost into a cohesive melody. We're going to play it with a gradual crescendo from bar 1 to the end of bar 2. So it'll go from soft to loud, and then it'll get soft again from bar 3, and we will crescendo, get gradually louder, till we get to the end of bar 4, and then we'll play the final bar faster, loudly, and clearly. So we start off really soft. Start to get louder, loudly, soft again. Starting to get louder. And then the last measure is loud. Let's try that again. Start very softly. I'm going to slow down a little bit this time. Now, one more thing you can do with this. Obviously, we have started here with 5-finger position in C. Now, let's change it to the key of F. And it'll sound like this. So there'll be a little bit more of a challenge for you now because you've got to make sure to get that B flat in there. Or we could try it in the key of D. Just the basic 5-finger position in the key of D. Now it'll sound like this. And now that we are in different keys, you go back and you do the different variations that I've already shown you. Different notes being emphasized or accented, and then the gradual crescendo, and then back to soft, and then gradually to loud again, and so on. So this will definitely give you a lot to work with. But one of the things I like about this exercise is that both hands are doing the exact same thing in a mirror image of each other. So one hand does not get left behind, that hand usually being your left hand. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have fun using this as part of your warm-up exercise when you sit down to practice. I know sometimes scales can be boring, so this one is going to make you think a little bit. because your hands maybe are not used to working in symmetrical motion like that. Anyway, if you have any comments, any questions, please be sure to leave those in the comment section. I make every effort to respond to every comment and answer any questions that I might receive. If you'd like to support my work, you can buy me a coffee. I usually don't drink coffee after noon, but I do have some in the morning. Well, if I have coffee in the afternoon, I switch to decaf. But I do have my cup right here. Also, if you'd like to become a patron of the channel, I have my Patreon page link also in the description, along with the Buy Me a Coffee link. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for playing along. And I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.